You are tapped in with Hood in the morning. Call in now.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. See, if that's not the realest shit in the world, I don't know what is.
Could've took you to paradise, foreign trips to live very nice. Would've took you to Ocean Springs, could've bought you all kinds of things.
Working for me.
But the world is over now, might as well come over now. Might as well let me love you down. When nature calls and the siren sound, the problem is you won't like it. I can read your mind, I know all your secrets. They ain't tell you I'm a psychic. Say we need to make love, baby, we ain't died yet. Remember you was too busy running around, but the city's locked down. Tickets mad cheap and I booked a flight and I'm back in town. See, the world is over now, might as well come over now. Might as well let me love you down. When nature calls and the sirens sound, the problem is you won't like it. I can read your mind, I know all your secrets. They ain't tell you I'm a psychic. See, we need to make love, baby, we ain't died yet.
Peace to the family. That is me. New album on the way. Music for the end of the world. It's like super indie, super experimental. It's just me like having fun. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care if you like it or don't like it. It's just like music that I like. So that's my version of music for the end of the world. Actually part of a series that, music for the world, for the end of the world 2 coming a little later in the year. But I'm the Hood Mystic representing www.hoodmystic.com. Just want to say thank you for watching this video. You could have watched any video. Sure, they eating hamburgers somewhere, live somewhere, doing a whole bunch of cool stuff on YouTube, but you chose to sit and watch this. So, much appreciation and gratefulness from my family to your family, especially in these times where gratitude is the attitude moving forward. So hopefully everybody is doing well out there. Just basically what we're going to be talking about today is the new moon that's taking place on the 24th. And then, of course, going to open up the phone lines for the tapped in portion. I'll be putting the link out in the chat where you can join in via Zoom. But I also have a phone number that you guys could call in. So beyond that, hopefully you got your pen and paper or your notebook or your notepad ready. And I'm ready to kind of collect this information. And if this information resonates with you and you want some firm documentation, be sure to visit www.hoodmystic.com. And I told y'all these hoodies was limited edition, so you can't get this hoodie no matter nothing in the world like it's deleted off my computer, everything. So shout out to Mad Titan and someone else who purchased this hoodie in particular, the limited edition cash hoodie. However, there is cash merchandise. I had to shut this actual production down based upon the Chris Brown that's going around. So, because these is actually made in China. So, for the most part, we just doing in-house shipping. So, if you interested in cash merchandise, like, of course, like, it look cool. You know what I'm saying? It's different or whatever. But, like, this is a real live spell, like a real live sigil that, like, just work. I wear this shit like armor. Like, I got the wristband, I got the hat. Like, I don't be playing. Like, you could ask my wife, like, every day, like, I just need a cash shirt. Like, it's a way of life for me. So it's like, and I use it because I don't like to worry about money. Like, I like money manifested in multiple ways in my life. And like, my wife could bear witness, we utilize this sigil to manifest. So it's like a $20 shirt is an investment, but you know, you'll get that $20 back. You know what I'm saying? Just in the meditation alone, just in the, that's a hard ass shirt. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be, you can wear it as an undershirt when you go in an interview or in a business proposition to raise up that energy. You know, we just using symbology, sigils, and meditation and repetition. You feel me? Repetition. You feel me? So in understanding repetition, shout out to everybody who like watch these videos day in and day out and things of that nature. And then shout out to the people who new to the channel and things of that nature, which which is a rarity around here. But you know, for the person who never came here, don't know nothing about a new moon, I just want to say a new moon is a time where we set our intentions and our vibrations. And the reason why we do this is because our melatonin is at its highest. This is a repetitive cycle that me and my family, me and my wife, we work through every fucking month. We don't get tired of it because it works. So the repetition is not repetition, it's more like life. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you just got to wake up and use the bathroom the same way you got to set your intentions on the new moon. When your melatonin is at its highest, you know, you bring the things into realization. So maybe I'm in this whole world by myself right now, family, right? Maybe I've created a whole entire universe where I don't have to work any longer. I don't have to be subjugated or do things that I feel like I don't want to do, because the whole motherfucking, in my world, the nation is shut down. Maybe it's another world where you just going to work every day and you doing the same old shit. But I'm telling you, in this world that we've created by utilizing these new moons and full moons and contemplating and, you know, dictating and investigating and researching and coming up with these new insights based upon the astrological formations and coming up with different ways to deal with this energy, it actually is changing the whole world. And maybe it's just my world, right? Because baby, I'm just tripping the fuck out, right? I can't even believe it half of the time. You mean to tell me that all of the college and all of the shit that y'all stressed over, all of the credit, all of the, you know, all of the shit that you worried about is now being taken care of for you. So it is definitely a beautiful time. But with all that being said, do you think that we gonna stop? Do you think we gonna stop? We can't stop, won't stop. You feel me? Shout out to P. Diddy. So we gonna start this off. I meant to start this off with a quote, which is taken from Isaiah 57, verse 14. And I like Isaiah because Isaiah that's the alchemy book in the Bible. You want to understand alchemy, how to take darkness and transform it into light, how to take lead and turn it into gold. Isaiah is the book for you, right? But in this particular verse, because I was just doing research on the quickening, so I was just, you know, building up content for this actual talk, and I came across this passage, and it resonated. It got me into some Ganesha vibrations, and so just shout out to the Ganesha vibrations, because we'll be doing a new moon and Pisces meditation with a Ganesha spin to it. Because the idea with this new moon that I want to bring into the new moon for anybody who's listening, that, you know, your obstacles are removed. I want to put that down in stone. I want the world to fucking know that your obstacles are gone. Your challenges have disappeared. Because we are spiritual beings, and now that the spiritual energy has taken over, we right and exact with it, while the 99% of the population is flipping the fuck out. So we are either in the modality that spiritual awakenings exist, or they don't exist. And if a spiritual awakening truly does exist, then my nigger, my negress, my Caucasian friends, my Chinese friends, my friends over in Denmark, this is what a spiritual awakening looks like. This is what it looks like. I can give it to you, but what you gonna do with it? I can give it to you, but what? Shout out to J.O. Felony. We doing it on the late night vibration. Shout out to y'all. You know, shout out to the spiritual family who's able to tap in to recognize, to honor the divinity that is within them and learn to cultivate it and bring it to the surface with patience, diligence, and repetition. No, we did not get here overnight, family. The road was long, it was treacherous, but we are at the cusp of fucking greatness. Trump ain't lied when he said he wanted to make America great again. He ain't know he was gonna make it great in this fashion, but he meant what he said. Great for us. So this particular nakshatra, as we're transiting into Aries, so all of my Western astrologers, you know, already at the finish line, ashe to you. But for the sidereal and Vedic observers who are aware of the astronomical placements and then tie in the astronomical placements with the mythology, esotericism, spirituality, agriculture, so forth and so on, we come to the realization that the sun and the moon will be conjunct in the constellation of Pisces. So we have to deal with that shit. We can deal with Aries at a future date, but as of now, we're dealing with the shadow shit. The shadow shit and learning how to cross the thresholds. Because one, in their ego, imagines themselves to be successful already. But when you admit and acquiesce to a spiritual awakening, that thus is a beginning. Thus, we are now in the kindergarten, which is to say that we don't know shit. And I know, like, people feel like they know everything and they don't need to get readings. They don't need to do spiritual work. Shit, I just got a reading before I started this live. I ain't fucking around. I need some fucking clarity out here in these streets. You got me bent. Think I'm gonna just be making moves and going left and right without no psychic advancement or no psychic advisement, rather? Got me bent out of shape. Shout out to Moon Goddess Tarot. Everybody, moongoddesstarot.com. Get you a reading. Stop living in the dark, fam. Stop living in the dark. So, this particular nakshatra, Uttara Bhadrapada nakshatra, sorry for the mispronunciation. However, it is related to a serpent at the bottom of the ocean. The serpent being our cosmic, collective, central nervous system, you know, make you want to slap somebody, stand up, walk to the store, you know, so forth and so on. The thing that makes us vibrant, the things that make us move, the snake, the central nervous system. Well, the snake and central nervous system is now at the bottom of the ocean. So the bottom of the ocean is just a play on words for our subconscious mind. So when we bring our consciousness to our subconsciousness, then we are able to tap into something different. So there's a lot of double entendres and a lot of double speak because we have a new moon, which is the sun and the moon being conjunct. The Uttara Bhadra, which is the fixed star or the nakshatra for which the new moon is in, this represents more of a water energy. But then when we talk about the tarot card, we're talking about the moon tarot. So overall, what we're trying to say is that the subconscious mind is now taking the lead. Okay, so if the subconscious mind is taking the lead, what is in the back seat? The conscious mind. So all of the things that you think you know, and the things that you think you want to do, and the things that, you know, process in your mind that you feel is right and exact, if you don't have a spiritual awakening as a foundation, you might be going in the wrong direction. If you are not seeking advice, if you are not, you know, seeking counsel at this particular time about how you should move spiritually, because it ain't a matter of talking to yourself all the goddamn time, because that shit just drive you crazy. That shit just make you more depressed, especially in these days and times. So while the phones are still on, while the internet is still working, get some goddamn spiritual foundation, or else do some goddamn work. Because this actual nakshatra represents black magic, occultism, lechery, which is sexual seduction. Sexual seduction. Feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But these are but the sexual seduction is not in your goddamn house, not in your damn neighborhood, not in you being isolated. I had a wonderful, beautiful conversation with my main man Jazz, and we was referencing the modality of love and how powerful it is for men to find love. See, what ladies don't understand, for a man, it is so hard to find love. However, through our conversations, through our build, and through all the men that I know, shout out to Honcho, through the modality of spiritual cultivation, you don't have to find love, my G. Love finds you. Love found me. So when we reference the things that we think we want or we know we're gonna get, it's very difficult in attaining those things. However, when we put our spiritual, our magic, our deeper understandings, bringing that snake to the bottom of the ocean and seeing what's down there. Oh shit, ain't nothing down here but sensual seduction. Hey, sexual seductions down at the bottom of the pit. Okay. What else is there going on in a goddamn quarantine? You mean to tell me I gotta sit in the house all day and not get no sexual healings? How long is it locked down for? And it ain't like you could go out nowhere either. You're gonna have to figure out another way. Okay? Bring that lechery, that sexual seduction into the forefront of your mind, and then allow these vibrations to find you and magnetize you. This is a new reality. But the action part of this, because even though Pisces can be dreamy and Neptunian in that fact, is the more grit of it is that is movement, is action. The fishes is chasing each other. They want each other. They looking for each other. They chasing each other. However, we gotta be smarter than a damn fish and stop chasing this shit. Stop chasing and start moving in unison, coming together, breaking this actual cycle. So this actual deity that I'm referencing, the snake at the bottom of the ocean, I'm gonna call it the deity of sexual seduction, because my pronunciations be all types of crazy. But Ahir Budjana, aka the god of sexual seduction, fertility, kundalini, and a special need for seclusion. However, that seclusion is with that reflection, that soul reflection. And see, this spiritual shit right now is the only thing hitting for anything. I put money on it. It used to be, oh, he had a job, oh, he had money, he be on Instagram flexing, traveling all over the world, he doing it. Now we all in the crib and niggas is scratching their head because the system that they once relied on ain't cradling their ass. That safety net is gone. Now what? Meet me at the mounds. Meet me in the woods. Let's light some fires. Let's start dancing with face paint on, butt naked in the woods at nighttime. get some shit popping. You don't be talking to me about no new moon. Don't be talking to me about no new moon. You ain't getting no shit popping on the spiritual. We talking about, and so I'm bringing this energy to your awareness so you could utilize it. So fertility is an abundance of whatever the hell you want. So if you're not aware of the ability to choose what you want to be fertile, then you'll just kind of mindlessly be fertile with your negative ignorance and things of that nature. From there, Kundalini, raising the spiritual energy. Oh, that's too hard. I don't feel like doing that shit. That shit corny. What the hell you talk about Kundalini? Da 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 da. Quite simply, my friend, all I'm saying is that you have a sleeping spiritual energy that's sleep. And now that the spiritual awakening is taking place, that energy is no longer sleep. So the craziness and isolation or whatever perceived shit that you putting yourself through is a pure simulation. It's a choice. It ain't no actual laws or mandates doing nothing at this particular point, but the reality is that we're bringing it onto us because we don't know how to function being free. The cops don't even come to certain shit no more. It gotta be major. Cause they even afraid to catching the corona. I'm saying the boosters is like having a field day out here. Cause the cops don't even arrest the boosters no more. They don't even touch the boosters. It's crazy out here. It's freedom. It's dumb how free niggas is, but they don't realize it. You have freedom. The irony is that you want to lock yourself up in the house. That's crazy as shit. Because Donald Trump says so. Wow. So this deity is actually the teacher of liberation, freedom, because the freedom is found within your subconscious mind, but your subconscious mind and your conscious mind is disconnected. However, bringing this energy to awareness, that connection is now present. This sounds great because you have the awareness and the wherewithal to tap in. However, think about the people who have no idea that this is taking place and they actually have to deal with that shit. The subconscious mind ain't no playground. Actually, at the bottom, the most pressurized surface on the planet. It's actually where the most grotesque monsters known to man reside. So please believe when you talk about the subconscious mind with unawareness, is pure darkness, and we talking about monsters and goblins and shit, nightmares and things of that nature, because you just don't want to cut the light on. So now we're in a place where the light is on. We see that it ain't actually monsters and things of that nature. It might be a deep love. It might be a deep success. Not success, but deep success. Not love, but deep love. It might not be not prosperity, but deep prosperity, transcendent prosperity, generational wealth prosperity, change your life prosperity. $1,000, Trump? Ha 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 ha. That's funny. That's funny, Trump. Thanks. I'm not even political, and I'm not speaking from a political point of view, but $1,000, ha ha ha, that's funny. If you ever notice or heard, like, within contracts, when they offer you a contract and they might lowball the fuck out of you because your company is worth like 3 times more. So imagine that $1,000 and your federal trust and that thing being worth billions. All of us. See, that's the shit that we don't even want to talk about or even get to because we so oppressed in our fucking minds. We can't even imagine our wealth. Man, oh man. So, in the grandest scheme of things, based upon the Saturn-Pluto conjunction and retrograde of 2019, and then it tying into this new moon, we're talking about magic, occultism, and sorcery, okay? So that magic, occultism, and sorcery that was done pre Saturn Pluto conjunction was done to you because karmically, energetically, it just had to go down in that fashion. Who knows, right? Now, dealing with this conjunction, fresh off a retrograde, we are now actually dealing with the magic and occultism and sorcery of our damn self. So if I got fire in my hands, right? I got fire in my hands because I am a born sorcerer, an inherited sorcerer. What must I do? I must exercise that shit. So if you sitting around, pitying around, quarantined out, talking about what movies you watch on TikTok and doing dumb shit, doing stupid shit, because you don't even recognize the spiritual awakening that took place all over the goddamn planet. It's nothing that no human can do. I don't care how much money you got, how much influence you got. That 400-year period is over. My ancestors ruled this motherfucker. Okay? I don't care how many views I get on fucking YouTube. I can go to a mound. I can converse with my ancestors. That's all I give a fuck about. So where you are into what can take place, you have to begin to really get into some shit. Some magical shit, some sorcery shit, some occult shit. You gotta dive deep within yourself and pull that fucking treasure out. And if you scared, take your ass to church. You can be a victim out here. You could be taking directives from the goddamn apprentice. That don't even sound right. That don't even resonate with me and my wife, we watched Trump and we cracked the fuck up. Because if you listen to it ain't what he's saying, it's what he not saying. Or the little jokes that he have where he tell you the truth. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like having Azor be the fucking president. Of course, Azor is a very smart young man. Him and Trump could really go back and forth on some intellectual ass debates. My son, I could easily see him. Like, that's how I look at Trump. Like, him and my son, because my son ain't no Trump. Like, he ain't stupid by a long. He's smart as shit. He's very, very smart. But for real, though, for real, you think that I gotta listen to you? Cause why? What is the bylaws or the directives to which I have to take orders and understand? Fear. I told you I was beyond fear. I told you past this body my soul lives on, so do what you gotta do. Beyond that, I'm not sure that you want to deal with my soul outside of this body. I'm pretty sure you want to keep my soul in this body for as long as you humanly possibly can, because I tell you one thing, this soul out of this body is way much more deadlier, way much more terrifying than the goddamn person that you see now. So, it's good to keep me at peace and keep me at happy around this. And that's just from an energetical level. So, just understanding this in the chakra is very, very deep. No pun intended. Tapping into your sexual seductions and your magical work and your occult work. And the reason why the sex and the money comes along with the magical, because that's the symptoms of the shit. When you're doing it right, you do it because you want to have everything taken care of but then you also want to take care of other people, but you can't take care of other people if your shit ain't together. So, of course, we do this spiritual work to take care of ourselves and to take care of others, take care of our communities, take care of our households, so forth and so on. We are in the vibration, we are in the frequency of abundance and prosperity. Why wouldn't we be? We're spiritual beings. You expected me to be a broke ass, dusty ass nigga right now talking this shit. You ain't want me to come through with the new limited edition cash drip on your ass. You want me to be broke and panhandling out here. You don't want to have, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that. We gonna be spiritual and prosperous. Who made the rule that you was spiritual and broke? Who made that? Who made that rule? So understanding that just the love aspect and the money aspect, that ain't shit. That come with it. That's like when you buy a goddamn Nintendo, it come with 2 joysticks and a power cord. Of course, I'm gonna be in love. Shit, I'll be really confused with my ancestors. Like, hold the fuck up. Hold up. All these damn offerings, all this damn shit I've been doing, y'all still got me in this bitch struggling and dusty. So this is just simply for the people that's aware, because the majority of people, you know, I sound crazy to, or I'm just like, you know, whatever the case may be. But I'm just trying to tap into everything I ever wanted since I've been a child and been deprived of based on my ignorance of spirit and the spiritual development part of life. I thought that it was the money and the job and the college and, you know, being out and about and socializing and shit. I've been social distancing for the past 5 years. Didn't know I was preparing myself for the apocalypse. Who would have knew? Who would have knew? Ashe. So, in this new moon, we're dealing with the solar expression, the sun, and the deepest give it a directive. Why do I say that? Because the moon speeds off past the sun. But as it transits around the ecliptic, it conversates with the sun and gives it updates and gives it psychic awareness of what's happening on the up and up, or what's happening around the corner. And this is what we call psychic awareness. However, we could actually tap into our subconscious minds during new moons. We've put out books, Manipulating the Matrix. We've put out videos, the Manipulating the Matrix video series, and documented it with research on how fucking new moons work. So you're not confused about this shit. Oh, I don't need to set my intentions and deal with the moon. I just do my shit on my own way. We're not talking about fucking fanciful pseudo science here. We're talking about picking up a cup or drinking water or something very basic. When your melatonin is risen, that is your genius that creates the reality. When you are actually, when it at its highest, we can actually interface with it, speak to it, divine with it, ritualize it. And then as it goes on forward, it has our imprint. The same way if you plant a seed and after a particular period of time, you get fruit from it. Of course, you got everything you ever wanted in your life, so you find no need to do this shit. However, if you find yourself not getting what you want, hitting roadblocks and shit, not really understanding this world or this life or yourself and things of that nature, maybe you would just set a clarity seed, an understanding seed, a realization seed during this new moon. It don't gotta be what you fucking think you want, because you don't know what you want. you got to factor in spiritual awakening, which is giving you something that's beyond your conscious mind, and then setting your attention with that realization. I wouldn't never say exactly what I want. I'm just going to give it a vibration, a frequency for which I'm going to tap in, but I'm not going to wish for it. I'm going to express it through my ritualization, through gratitude, through thankfulness. Everything about the ritual is based upon gratitude. And then subsequently, these next 28 days, I receive things that I'm nothing but grateful for, such as with love, wealth, so forth and so on. You go into these rituals begging, changes the frequency. You may get it, you may not get it, but you playing a more dangerous game of I want this, I want that. Spirit already knows what you want. So that's that. So in a Vedic sense, we're dealing with the second decan of Pisces, which is ruled by the Nine of Cups. The name of that card is happiness. All I really want is to be happy. Find a love that's mine. It'll be so sweet. You feel me? So basically, that's what we're referencing here. And then even deeper, we still have a new moon that's actually conjunct Lilith and Chiron. Lilith is the actual modality of the magic and mystery of life tied in with Chiron, the wounded healer. So magic is healing. They're synonymous at this point in time. It ain't like I'm going to do some magic, then I'm going to do my healing, or I'm going to do some healing, then I'm going to do my magic. It's all synonymous. It's everything that we express is a magical representation. And as a backdrop for that magical expression is the collapse of the country, of the world. But this has to happen for your spirit to rise. It's not going to rise in a corrupt, fucked up system. It's like taking a bath and putting on dirty clothes. Who does that? I mean, we're not talking about me right now, though. We talking about what's right. And I know that's not right. Dude, it's not right to do. So, now that we're here, spiritual awakening, rising, understanding it, we've been talking about it. We've been pre-gaming like a motherfucker. Right? We've been pre-gaming, we've been huddling, we've been having meetings here and there, back office things in that nature. You know, we've been preparing for this. Didn't even know it. You ain't even know it. Didn't even know you was preparing for this the whole time. You thought you was socially awkward out this bitch. You thought something was wrong with you. See how spirit do? Man, this is so amazing. Even if it's the worst possible outcome, thank God that this shit is over. Thank you. And as we cross these thresholds and we begin to live out this new life, all I really want is to be happy. Find a love that's mine. It'll be so sweet. Okay? That's it. Fuck all the dumb shit that you talking about. Oh, I gotta work hard and strategic and strategize, and you know how crazy it is going on and da-da-da-da-da. You know, it's gonna come back in like 2 weeks, and whatever happened, it happened. It's like you ever did something and you couldn't take it back. That's what happened. Somebody dropped the ball, somebody missed the play, and it had worldwide implications. You know, like computers, right? It's like a network and things of that nature, and it exists all over, you know, the world. But sometimes, like certain networks, certain localities, a person could pinpoint that locality, bypass its security, and infect that system. And when it infects that system, it debilitates that system, and then it begins to purge or take whatever information it wanted to get. But that's called a virus for a computer. But sometimes these viruses and things of that nature, and viruses exist all over our bodies at this particular moment right now. We're probably full of viruses. It's probably thousands of viral cells in our bodies right now. However, they all have a particular purpose and function for the betterment of evolution. There is no mistakes. There is no coincidences. And this is something that I deal with every day when every step I take, every word I choose, there is no turning back. But all I really want is to be happy. I don't want to do none of this stupid shit that we've been already programmed to do. I want to do something different. I want to reorganize and restructure and reset up my life in a whole complete different way. Do a whole 180, do the self-evaluation, do the self-work that I need to do, and then not wait for changing my life for the better any longer. I just want to do it now. That feels like to me the removal of illusions and being able to process psychic messages. However, if you not talking to people and reaching out to other people who your spirit resonate with as psychics, then you not receiving the messages. Part of prosperity is giving. Oh, his prices is too high. I ain't giving that nigga no money. Da 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 da. I ain't giving her no money. Who she thinks she is? Blah 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 blah. That shit dead. That shit over with. You think that probably being a psychic was the best decision you ever made? Shout out to all my psychics, readers, advisors, life coaches, so forth and so on. We need you. I need you. Fuck everybody else. This is what time the dead is. This is what it is, psychic messages. And then any perceived storm, viewing it for the illusionary phenomenon for which it is. See, the moon represents a threshold. The moon is the last constellation before Aries. The moon is an ending. The moon is also a new beginning as well. It's a preparation for a new beginning. It is when I get there, I'm going to do this type of deal, or I'm going to have this mindset, or I'm going to have this capability, or whatever the case may be. When I get there, I'm going to approach it in this fashion because I've been here before. I've been here before. I've prepared for this. I wrote my intentions on what I wanted to manifest for myself. I wanted to have more free time. I wanted to have time to focus on my such and such and do this and that. And I've been having the dreams and such, and all of these things it's really confusing. It could be really mishmash, but hopefully you're not waiting for shit. You just acting on your intuition and your spirit. Something said be like, get a reading. Oh, I get a reading. Some's like, call your grandma. I call my grandma. Some say, feed the cat. I feed the cat. I just be like, it just come to me and I act. It don't even be a point where, spirit, you don't got to tell me twice. You don't fucking got to tell me twice. I'm just doing. I'm just acting. My intuition been high. I know it's high because I'm acting on it. I ain't fucking contemplating or thinking about shit. However, I'm enjoying my life, and when a intuition hits, I'm following it. If it's risky, I'm following it. If I don't think it's gonna work out, I'm following it. This is the moon. Ready? You know, another part, if you are going through particular storms or tumultuousness, whatever is on the surface, that's not what it is. The immediate or the instant of what is going to be, that's not what it's going to be. Trust me. Trust me. It's going to be something very much different even throughout this week. Because as we reference new moons, and we do this shit every new moon, the media is going to try to manipulate your emotions. If it don't happen tomorrow, if it don't happen the next day, I'll keep my finger. I'll wait throughout the whole entire week. And if don't nothing crazy happen to try to manipulate your emotions further in a negative vibration, oh, they got you right where they want you to. Oh, they got your nuts in the palm of their hand. Just like, and it's a new moon. You got to go super hard with your rituals. You got to go super hard with your force field. You got to go super hard with your protection. Because, oh, man, it ain't you. It's the 8.8 billion people that they got nuts in their hand. And they could squeeze them joints at any time. Y'all don't even understand. It ain't you. It's the people around you. They just itching to go. Itching to say something. Itching to hear something. To just perpetuate and drive them deeper into insanity. Because they're not even aware of their spiritual selves, for which the subconscious mind during these particular points in times just drive people crazier and crazier and crazier. They call it lunacy. Call you a lunatic because it's based upon the lunar cycles. Okay. That's the dark side of it. So
You are now tapped in.
yeah. I just did that shit to scare you. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to Mad Titan. Shout out to my man's Mad Tight, man. Had a beautiful conversation with that brother, man. Anything you need, anything you need. If you got Zoom, click the link. And after that, I'm about to put the phone number. Y'all going crazy in the chat, so I'm going to put it on there a couple times. I wasn't even I was a little like worried that anybody was going to see this, but I'm happy that y'all was able to tap in, you know, get this transmission and understand everything that I'm talking about and bring into the surface. And it's not me, it's actually the energies and celestial forces that I'm able to communicate with and bring these energies to light. So if it resonate with you, tap in. If it didn't resonate with you, move on. Definitely. I need to learn how to be patient. Put that number on there one more again. Shout out to everybody on the chat. Greenheart Goddess, Royce, Miss Loving Life, Mad Titan Prime, Greenheart Goddess, Wild Magi, The Collective Press, Ashley, Abundant Star. Shout out to y'all. Y'all the real MVPs. Oh, it's somebody on here. Hold up. Peace. Can you hear me? Give me 1 second. You got to cut your mic on, fam. Once you cut your mic on, it's going. And when y'all if y'all come on the Zoom, be sure to cut y'all mic on, cause until you cut your mic on, I won't be able to hear y'all. Honcho, you got it on mute. So now, Honcho, you there? Yeah, chilling, bro. What's good with you?
Chilling.
I can't call it. What's really good though?
Man, you know, we out here doing the regular. What you say, man? Oh, I'm on the live. Man, I wasn't trying to be on the live.
You weren't trying to be on the live. You crazy.
My bad, bro.
Oh,
I
you
wasn't trying
good?
to be on the live. You know, we be supporting, man.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that, bro. I do appreciate it. Was really good though, man. Tell me
Okay, I
something.
hear
Tell me
double.
something. Tell me something good. You muted yourself, bro. Oh, there you
Okay,
go.
I'm back.
Yeah, you back.
I
Tell me.
got too much going on, bro.
You said too much going on, so you just gonna have to hit me on the personal line.
Yeah, it's I hear the live, I hear the Zoom. Something good.
Yeah, tell me
Shit,
something
I'm
good.
doing some international trade.
Okay, how's that going?
Man, that shit it's actually going good, man. I got a friend of mine that's gonna trade with me some coins so I can get on my more shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't hit nothing with all this stuff going on.
Just hit me up a little later. I want to hear. I want to get more details on that. What you call that international trade, since there's nothing to do at the
Yeah, bro.
crib.
Let's talk. Let's talk. Let
Yeah.
me get off the live and start fucking up the live.
Sure.
But for everybody, man, I hope y'all doing good, man. This is a really good time in life right now. I hope y'all doing well.
It is. What a time to be alive, my friend. What a time to be alive, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna call you from my 248 number.
All right.
All right, peace. Tanisha. Or hold on, Tanisha. I'm not saying hold on, but El Bay, if you could cut on your mic, then I'll be able to hear you and we can converse. I don't know what's going on with that situation, but I want to have this conversation. I know you probably can hear me, but in order for to hear you, they give you like a pop-up option for you to choose your phone microphone. But what's up, Tanisha?
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, I didn't really have nothing to say. I thought we were just a conversation.
Oh,
over.
that's what I'm saying. It's just conversation. It's just building. It ain't nothing major. Ain't nothing major. What's going on?
I mean, I did mention in the chat that I did something very interesting today. I don't know.
What is that?
I will say. So I woke up feeling very sexual today.
Mm-hmm.
As I am single and I haven't been having sex with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started, I mean, literally after I woke up, I just started like gyrating, like I was getting hit from the back, like I was riding it and then bouncing on it. But mostly like I was getting from the back. And so I was doing it and I was just doing it. It wasn't like to do anything. I was just doing it. I just started moving it. And so then I noticed that I felt like it was working up until orgasm. So I had to go pee. I went to go pee, clean myself a bit. I was like, man, I'm gonna play with myself right now. But I didn't come back and play with myself. I just kept doing that. And I was like, let me see if this thing really get me all the way there. And like I really did. I got to a point of orgasm. Like it felt like it was more like an imploding or so than like external.
And it was just straight off the mental in the action, huh?
Exactly. And I was like amazed.
Wow.
And I had heard like, well, and I went to a whole nother thing because I had heard Delbert Blair talk about parthenogenesis. How women are able to self-impregnate or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I read about it a little bit, something about it. But once I did this, I was like, oh shoot, that job probably really is true.
Right.
I didn't touch myself. I didn't put my hands on myself, nothing.
Right.
Just simply gyrating, like you said, in my mind. And I was like, oh, this is freaking amazing.
And what's crazy is that I was having I'm sure I'm not like saying so much, but not to that effect, but actual spiritual butterfly got actual breathing meditations and things of that nature that she's referencing the same thing that you doing. So I feel like that whole and I was trying to get her to like, talk to D Ray and just spread the information on just kind of this thing that's happening, because it's like it's beyond and above me, sis. Like I ain't even gonna lie to you or hold
Okay.
you. like but but I'm like, the sisters need to come together and kind of really talk about this and help each other through this actual modality. So if I could
Mhm.
just be like the connect, for like women to kind of come together and have these conversations, because in my mind I feel like these conversations is important.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
somebody. Well, yeah, somebody. I think what
Mm-hmm.
Greenheart Goddess suggested that I bring that energy up to my crown and visualize.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then what the was prime harmonic says that was controlled kundalini or whatever. I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
I ain't even stood up here a lot because
Right,
I
right.
heard to talk about the kundalini, and I really don't have much understanding. I've read a lot about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as experience, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever
But say Tanisha though, say for instance, like you be somewhat have some time to yourself and you take that information to heart and you actually try to bring it from the base to your third eye, like, because that's the next level. Like, she ain't lied, Green Heart Goddess ain't lied to you, and the same way you visualize this actual initial act, that it
Mhm.
don't change when it comes to raising your energy higher and raising your vibration to your pineal gland. It's still mental visualization, but it's also tapped into feeling, because you actually feel the energy rise up through your spine. And then because from there, you know, you actually getting the actual why this is happening. From a sexual level, we don't necessarily understand why. And it feels good, but we don't know why it feels good. From the third eye, we know why it feels good. And then you can also help other people understand their why. So it taps into your necessity as kind of like spiritual leader or spiritual advisor or spiritual helper based upon your natural ability to raise kundalini. So from a human level, it's like, I don't know about this shit interesting, blah, blah, blah. From a spiritual level, it's like your spiritual gift being bestowed upon you. But at a lower level, it feels good. But at a higher level, it's giving you the wisdom to kind of move forward and understand your roles in the, 2020 shift, which you actually do have a role in. So, um, you in the right place, and you saying the
So you
right
basically
things.
saying like what I was doing, like doing that, raising it up, or more so in meditation
Nah,
style.
see, because if you do the meditation and do all that corny shit, it's going to throw you out of whack. It's going to fuck you up. It's going to be like, now you're doing something you don't want to do. So exactly
No,
what you was doing.
cool. Like I don't mind meditation.
Yeah, but we ain't trying. We trying to do the. We trying to
Real
do the.
dead, irate like this.
Yeah, we trying to get this shit popping. Like, we ain't trying to do the
Uh,
Nam Ray Hung Gun Quay. Like, that for Tina Turner ass. Like, we doing something different. Like, we taking it to new levels. You feel me? So,
I
nah.
just woke up. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, I feel like I want to hunt.
Mm-hmm. Sexual seduction.
Ooh, I know, and then that's when I got on the live. But I got on the live when you start talking about no, that's why I posted it. I was like, this is crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, I know. Like, you got to be real about that side, but it ain't always about like tell you, you work with it, you'll be able to see through X-ray vision through these dudes and be like, you be on a whole nother level, magnetizing and attracting and doing all types of things. You get it to a point where you live the life that you want to live, but you got to raise your energy up though. It's here. It's present. You can feel it, but just raise it up. Begin to cultivate it because sex within itself, even in that aspect, you would get tired of it. Same old, same old. So it gets more to like just same way you bust it open, the same way you raise it up, and it'd be the same old thing. It's all energy and it's all mental. It's all visualization. It's never a point where you gonna have to do something that you don't want to do. That makes sense. What D Ray say? Feeling good is the work.
Is the work. I
That's
have
the
to
work.
go. I have to watch the thing from
Okay,
the
okay, okay. It was been beautiful talking
I
to
gotta
you,
get off
Tanisha.
now.
Huh?
I have to get off. Like we can't all be on at the same time.
What you mean?
On this on Zoom.
Oh yeah, you don't have to get off. No, you don't have to get off.
Okay.
What was you actually? What was your goal? You were saying you gotta get off, or you?
No. I don't have to get
Oh,
off.
okay. Yeah, you don't have to get off. I got my man L.R. Bay right here with me though. I
Popping
wanted to,
too.
huh?
Yeah, popping. You heard me.
No, what you say?
I say my skin is popping.
It is. It is. You got that beautiful brown skin.
Listen, when I do little like videos like this, I always have myself more than this other person. I don't know why. Okay, but no, I don't have to get off.
All right, we here.
Okay, bro.
R Bay, what's good, bro?
Yo,
Yo.
am I on there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You good? You here? You here? You present?
No, what you say?
Somebody in the background didn't mute their. Or you got your video on still, R Bay?
Uh-oh.
Listen, when I do little like videos like this, I always have myself more than this other person.
There you go.
Uh-oh. I can't hear nothing now.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
What's going on?
Now you can. You good?
Uh-oh.
You can't hear me, bro?
Can't hear nothing.
You on?
There we go. I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Patience.
Oh, bet I'm on the live.
Patience is the key. What's good, bro?
Hey, oh shoot, what's good? Ooh, if you're asking me seriously. Everything. Oh yeah, most definitely. In the middle of a hard challenge, but I'm definitely on the side of that challenge is balance and focus. So I'm still in a good place, most definitely. Most definitely. But no, I've been listening to what you've been saying for a minute now, and it's just interesting who you align with. You don't even really got to get like too neck deep with some people sometimes if you can just really pick the information, the vibrations, the pieces that you really need for what people are saying, which you can get from anybody.
Right.
Which is honestly I see as a privilege because a lot of people just can't handle a world of vibes just because of whatever they got going on. But just being able to understand where I'm at now in contrast to yourself, other people I'm in alignment with, other people that I can at this point communicate with, because a lot of people based off of just how I'm transitioning and choosing not to, first of all, choosing to understand what habits I've had, how I've put those habits out, how I'm not understanding myself, essentially. And at this point, understanding myself, say, oh, like all those different things I was doing were not healthy whatsoever.
Right.
I have to completely switch that up. I have to essentially become a new person.
Yeah.
Every single moment I need to become a new person. And a lot of that time, it means communicating in a way that is gonna make somebody upset. And it's gonna make me look bad. It's gonna make me look however they want to interpret what I'm saying. which ultimately, intentfully as much as I can, which would be explaining that I'm doing the best that I can to simply express what I need.
Right.
I'm realizing that a lot of, I think I could say our generation. I'm about to be 29, but I could say specifically like my age group within 20 to 30.
Right.
A lot of us have, I don't know, this whole coronavirus thing is wild. I can break it down on a physical level of people getting physically sick, but really listening to what you've been saying and understanding how I interpret it for myself, really seeing a correlation between the ability that millennials have right now, so to speak, to take this time of isolation that a lot of people are having the opportunity to take. A lot of people, unfortunately, are not having a good time with it.
Right.
They're struggling the same way they were before everything started shutting down.
Right.
That's unfortunate that the ability to move past that is not able to happen for a lot of people. Extremely unfortunate. But for those that can, I'm realizing that it's a time for us to really take advantage of this isolation. And like you've been saying as well, like other people I've been aligning with, to really dig in and see those itty bitty subconscious details that are sitting there just waiting for us to not necessarily fear them or try to run for them, but to understand them as much as possible. And with that understanding, and what I'm seeing is a whole new way of just communicating with self, hearing self, being able to translate that self and understand it. Not everyone's going to understand that translation of self, of the new self. And that's a hard thing to work through. Is the language barrier within the language barrier within the language barrier.
Indeed.
The subconscious shit. It's hard to translate that because of the fact that, like I said, as millennials, we still, and like I'm speaking for myself as deeply as I can.
Right.
I'm realizing that I have an extremely hard time not internalizing what people are saying when they're saying it. I'm working through that right now. If I'm going through that and I have the privilege to be in a place where I can, at some points, be a little smooth about it, I can imagine what other people are going through.
Right.
So the point of isolation right now, with this coronavirus and with everything's going on and everything, like, yes, on that level, it's very real. But on a spiritual subconscious level, on a subconscious level, like, it's the perfect time, like you've been saying for the last little bit, perfect time to deal with these issues. To deal with all to truly see that we can really understand how to not even redo things, how to start over or move forward a completely new way. And I don't know, it's all really had to share. I've been trying to get on this thing for like 2, 3 lives at this point. Just to share that, just to connect.
Yeah, that was beautifully put and very eloquent. And much easier, like you said everything that I was trying to say and just kind of summarized it. So, thank you, for that reflection.
Most definitely. Bet. Yeah, that's all I really had to say. Appreciate this, the perspective. Just appreciate the perspective to help me process where I am, and not even, like I said, just taking everything you say and like running with it, but just taking the relatable aspects of it. And
I joke a lot and I have fun, and you talk to a broad audience when you reference the internet, so it's pretty much general, and hopefully you're able to pull what you need to pull out of what I say and disregard the things that don't resonate with you. Because if it ever got to a point where a person would know everything that I say verbatim or reflects on everything that I say, like, yo, I talk too much for that to even be the case. So,
Right.
pull what you need to pull from, and let the rest go. And that's just not with me, but with anybody. Because
exactly.
I just want to say, like, when you was referencing the conversation that you have with yourself and the intuition, it's there. You know, it's just, are you going to match it with action?
Right. That part.
Yeah, it's there, and it's communicating very clearly. It's just you only notice it when you act, like almost and not even that I've been even doing it purposefully. It's just something that I've just done, and I was like, wow, that was completely intuitive right there, but it worked out in my favor. That's pretty wild, but like times 4 though. It just keeps happening over and over again. So it's just like, wow, this is a thing. And it's like I can't predict it and I can't plan it. However, in the reflection of it all, it's like, oh, when I follow my intuition and I trust it, things work out in my favor. So just make that a habit, as opposed to the other things that we can make habits.
Most definitely. That's what my granny calls putting the Holy Spirit of God first.
Yeah.
That's what she calls that right there. Just that bit that's always there in the conscious and the subconscious. Yeah, right there. Whatever we're trying to ignore, that's really the seemingly scary things.
Right.
That's how someone to put it. The hard things, like
the challenges.
The challenges. The way you don't want to go, but you have to, because it's you can't go back.
Right.
Repeating the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
Yeah. And then certain times, like, so you 29. Almost 29. So when I was almost 29 going into 30, I had a lot of like do-overs and resets and, oh, let's make this right. Something happened once I turned 30 where things became much more finite, and I never had those chances to kind of do it. Like, nobody gives you the shot anymore. Like, you're a kid, you make mistakes. Like, once that shit is wiped off, then everything is like alive. So, like, that's why I do these lives, because it's the pressure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just get up and use the bathroom, or, it's a certain level that I got to kind of stay on point, because that's what it is to be 30 years old and a melanated man in America. You got to fucking stay on point. You can't be like, oh, shit, I fucked up, because like you can't just be like, if you fuck up, like, you really fuck up, like, once you get to a certain threshold. So the actual concept of it then becomes like, I take every day as an opportunity to love, because I never want to be like, man, I ain't even show my girl no love, or, I ain't show my kids no love, and something, God forbid, happen. You know what I'm saying? And I've experienced that. So that's the lesson that I've learned in those things, like post 30 though. I ain't learned that shit in my 20s, but once I turned 30, that shit happened real quick, where it's like, damn, I gotta appreciate everybody. When you're in your 20s, it's like, fuck you, or get out of here, like, I don't need you, and all this type of weird shit. You know what I'm saying? When you're in your 30s, that shit is dead. Like, no, like, I care about, like, I want to see you tomorrow. Silly shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It becomes to be the most important thing.
Most important stuff. Yeah.
That to me is maturity, So if you're able to tap into that in this present moment, love fervently.
Right.
Love religiously, Love with all your heart.
Bet. Ooh, solid. For sure.
Indeed, man. If you need
Appreciate
anything, man, email me or text me. I'll shoot you my number so you can, reach out if you need somebody to talk to. As men, I always give men my number. Just, you don't got to text me or call me ever, or you can text me and call me every day,
Every day, don't even matter.
As men, we need to communicate. So every man that I talk to, I exchange my number with them. So, email me at some point when you get a time, and I'll give you my.
Right on. I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna slide you that email. How do I find your email info?
Is it just hoodmystic? It's just hoodmystic@gmail.com.
Okay, easy to remember.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But all right. Well,
all right. Peace.
Until next time, I'm gonna listen in still.
All right, man. Thank you. You closed it out, man. I appreciate you.
All right. Peace.
All right, peace.
You are now tapped in.
Thank you all for tuning in for another wonderful edition of the New Moon Breakdown. We talked about the Utada Badarapa Pada, or what I like to call the nakshatra of sexual seduction. We talked about the new moon inside real Pisces. We also talked about the moon and the moon tarot card. So we would just moon the hell out. So hopefully you tapped in and you got something from this video. You got something from the conversations. But beyond that, I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace to everybody. Peace.